All right, it's been a minute. I am still in Dubai and have been having the time of my life. Just want to have a moment to say thank you and shout out all 13 million now, plus 13 million beautiful souls waiting and willing to be inspired and motivated by the things that God put on my heart and in my mind to share. I told y'all I have a lot of problems, and one of the problems is that there are people out here in this world that are very special, very successful, very significant. They may have all the money and resources in the world, but they're equally insecure and threatened. They're literally in fear of the idea that they can give you insight and information on what it takes to become successful, and you decide to get off your lazy bum ass, change your friends, your family, and environment, and actually do something with your life. That is the biggest fear of a lot of very insecure, successful people. I just want to say this to you, and I don't mean to be offensive to your parents. Because some of y'all, the more special and sanctified folks, you folks grew up in a household where you actually idolize and look up to your mother and your father and probably your family. I don't necessarily come from a really close family myself, so what I'm about to say is mainly focused on the folks who are like me, who's not really that close to their family and a lot of friends that they may have grew up with, because as you grow up and get older, you start realizing what actually makes sense for your life and what don't make sense for your life. You may revisit the things that don't make sense for your life occasionally sometimes, but that's when you decide that you want to have that moment. But for the most part, because I grew up with my brothers and sisters, doesn't mean that we're actually going to walk in the same path. Because I have my friends that I grew up with doesn't mean that we're going to move and walk and have our lives, family, mind state, career choice, the way we think, the way we move, moving in the same direction. Some of y'all are loyal and have this power struggle with this concept called loyalty. You're so loyal, you're watching your career and your life and your surroundings crash and burn. And because you're so loyal, you're willing to watch your whole shit burn down. You're burning in a fire right now because you're being loyal to those friends, that family, or those family members who do nothing but talk shit about you, tear you down. They're insecure and threatened by you, and anything that you do and any move that you make, they ask you questions like, yo, what you got going on? And they seem to be curious. But as soon as you share that information deep down inside, they are angry and mad and jealous and envious about anything that you have going. But you're so loyal. You're so emotionally tied to these people that you found yourself being committed to because you grew up with them, because you know them, because they have the same blood as you. You hold on to dead weight. You hold on to things that don't make sense for the new season of your life. Your career is horrible. The moves that you're making and the things that you're doing and the people that you decided to be in business with are all horrible. But because you actually know them, because you're comfortable with them, because you're used to them, because they may know all of your business and your secrets, you hold on to dead weight. People are in your life for a reason. Other people are there for a season. But it's important to recognize when people's seasons are over. God don't like ugly. God don't like you to surround yourself with people, things, and situations that's going to stop you from reaching the level of success that God has destined you and your career to get to. That's why God gave us free will. God gave us free will because God gave us a choice. You want to drink and be an alcoholic. You want to do drugs. You want to party with a bunch of irrelevant, insignificant people that makes no sense for your life and your career and your surroundings. He is revealing to you over and over and over and over again that you are talented, you are beautiful, you are special, you are an individual. Where God has destined your life and your career to be and go, you cannot get there with all of the people that you showed up with. I'll say it again. Where God has destined your life, career to go, it is not in His plan to reach the level that you're trying to reach with the people that you showed up with. And normally when you find yourself cutting off dead weight because your boat is at its capacity, if the boat is at 1,500, and because you're loyal, you have your boat now at 4,000 pounds in capacity. You are now on a boat that has blessings and opportunities, but it's overweight. It's past its capacity, which means that if God has destined your life to get from here to where it's destined to be, you're carrying dead weight over its capacity. Your boat is either going to sink and crash and burn, or God has destined your life and your career to get to the ultimate blessings and the goals and where you're supposed to be. And because you got all this dead weight and you're operating over your capacity, it's going to take you that much longer to get there. I'm talking to somebody. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a prophet. I'm just a man of God. And I want y'all to understand that so many of y'all are caught up in fame, money, and all of these different things, and thinking that all I got to do is act and do movies and I'll be successful. All I got to do is be beautiful with a big old ass and I'll be successful. All I got to do is be talented and sing and do music and I'll be successful. All I got to do is get a job and I'll be successful. I want y'all to understand that it requires you to surround yourself with the right people. Use your mind. Use this thing called intuition, instincts, and discernment. When I pray, of all things that I pray for is I pray for clarity. What is clarity? That means that God is going to bless me to make decisions beyond who you appear to be. A lot of people know how to be charming and charismatic and smile and give you all of this energy, but they have negative and bad intentions towards you, your life, and your career. I call them unestablished magicians. You got David Copperfield, who is a magician. He creates all of this smoke and creates the facade of being a good person with good intentions. And then when the smoke clears, you're sitting there wondering, who in the fuck are you? Who are you? I thought woman or man or business or manager or agent or lawyer or partner, I thought I knew who you were. But it breaks my heart to find out that you're nothing like who I thought you were. But you're an undiscovered magician that created the smoke, and you have convinced me to be who you appear to be. And now I'm heartbroken. to discover that you're nothing like who I thought you were. The point I'm making is you have to decide that you know your value. You have to decide that beyond who I know and who I'm comfortable with and who I grew up with and who's in my family, that I am now in a new season of my life. People are in your life for a reason. Other people are there for a season. And it's important to recognize when people's seasons are over. Because if you drag this dead weight, if you allow your boat to be over its capacity and you try and move it from this season of your life into the new season of your life, you're going to find that these people are going to set your life and your career up to crash and burn. And you are not going to get to the level that God has destined your life and your career to get to. I did not make it this far from being fly, swagged out, attractive, talented. Not everybody that's a multi-billionaire is attractive. We've all seen some people that we may find to be unattractive or plus size and heavy. But they're billionaires. They're multi-millionaires. They're successful. Because they stuck to the formula of what it takes to be successful. I am not threatened or intimidated by you using this information to get rid of all things, people, and situations that don't make sense for your life. Because I want you to be successful. And I want you to stop thinking that you being attractive is going to help you to get there. I want you to stop thinking that you being talented and knowing how to sing and play the keyboards and produce music is going to get you there. Change your mind, and it's going to change your life. Everything you do, every move that you make has to be strategic and be purposely done. I no longer just go to parties. I party with a purpose. I no longer just go to random lunches and dinners and make moves just randomly. Everything that I do is connected to a plan, a strategy that's going to connect the dots, because God gives us free will. And God allows you on your own to connect the dots and make the moves that you're making to get you from where you are to where you're trying to be. But most of you don't have a plan. Most of you don't have any type of purpose that you're trying to fulfill. So you find yourself just winging it, being used, taken advantage of, feeling like you're just spinning your wheels and wasting your time. I love you. I believe in you, and I feel like somebody, even if it's just one person, is going to see this video and decide that they love themselves enough to get rid of all things, people, and situations that no longer make sense for their life. And guess what? If you decide that this video is boring, if you decide, you know what Tyrese is talking about in this video makes no sense for my life, I just wanted to sit there and look at him. That's fine. Your career, your life, and your surroundings is going to stay exactly the way it is.